Well, hello. Hello. Welcome to April. If you are just finding me, I appreciate you and welcome. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for being a part of this community in any way that you're interacting. I appreciate each and every one of you. I am Melissa L. Watkins, evidential medium and master instructor with integrated energy therapy. And we are here to look into the month of April. And I don't know about all of you, but this has been already a wild ride just the first 3 months of this year. And now we're in eclipse season. Holy cow. So, yeah, here we are. And I'm not really sure where this reading is going to take us, but welcome. And thank you for joining me. And for those of you who've been here for a minute, thank you. So I think we're going to start with just kind of like an overarching message here from the Christ Consciousness deck by Amanda Ellis. Just kind of tune in to see where Spirit wants to take us and kind of go from there, guys. I don't really have too much of a plan, except I did ask Spirit to kind of direct us for what would be the most beneficial message for each and every one of us for this month. So, with that being said, look at this. I love it. Stand up, steadfast vision. Whew, this is going to be a month of conviction, is what it feels like, coming into your own conviction, who you are. You know, there's been a lot of transformative energy in the past 3 months. And we are now in this transformative process between these eclipses in eclipse season, right? And so, yes, standing up for your conviction, who you are, who you came here to be. And for many of you this month, standing up in your conviction may be completely different than how you've stood up before. So there may be situations and people in your life that are very taken aback by what you're now standing up for. So I feel like some real firm boundaries are being put in place this month. Right off the bat, big message. Holy cow. Yeah. Some big firm boundaries are being placed this month. So there really is going to be some leaving behind, walking away, letting go. And it's not anything that you're not ready to do. I feel like you've been doing it incrementally. And in this month is the month where you kind of do put down the gauntlet, swing the hammer. Yeah, you're ready to say, I know more. I now see, I now know. Um, whether you believe it or not, but this is now my boundary. I now am ready to stand up and really stand in my power. And as always, we want to do that from a place of love. As always, we want to drop down into our heart and speak from compassion. But because speaking your truth doesn't have to be confrontational, speaking your truth doesn't have to start the fight. Speaking your truth can simply be not speaking at all, just simply moving away, just going in that different direction. And unfortunately, it may take them a minute to realize you've gone because they're so enmeshed in their own stuff. They're so taken up with their own ego. You know, they're kind of in that egoic space. And so they don't even recognize that you have pulled your energy out of the situation, your resources out of the situation until they need you. And so this is really about um, allowing yourself that boundary. And then the other thing that I'm getting with this card, steadfast vision, this is also about now you taking that energy that you're reharnessing for yourself and putting it into your vision. Starting that project, taking that next step in the career, taking that next step in finding your most compatible soulmate, whatever that vision is you have for yourself, it's now time to kind of laser focus on it. April is a good month to really laser focus into what you want. And, for some of you, this will be uncomfortable. You're not used to being so, what others might deem as selfish, right? No, it's self-preservation. Like, I'm here also with a purpose, with a mission, and it feels like April is very much, hold that vision for yourself. Hold that vision of disconnection, hold that vision of moving forward, hold that vision of whatever that vision is you have, starting the new career, taking a leap of faith, whatever it is, whatever that vision is for yourself. And we are all here for our own unique purpose. So this is going to be very different for each and every one of you, and that's okay. But and if you're like, "I don't know what my vision is," right? Well, it's time to get quiet. It's time to step back. It's time to maybe get your journal out and, go out and sit in next to your favorite tree or by your favorite lake or in your favorite room or make your favorite tea, whatever it is where you just need to get quiet. Sometimes we're so distracted and we're so moving and shaking for others, right? That we're not taking the time to get in touch with who we are, what we want, because we're so used to being out there for others, doing for others, taking care of others, worrying about others. No, this is about now stepping back into control and maybe even getting to know yourself this month. That steadfast vision is about you getting to reconnect with yourself, your innermost self, or that inner child self who had big dreams and really put them on the back burner for others for a very long time. And in this eclipse season and this transformative energy, you really are being brought back to you. And that may feel very, very uncomfortable. All right. So, all right, let's see where spirit wants to take this, shall we? Okay, before we moved on, I wanted to pull one more card from the Christ Consciousness deck by Amanda Ellis, and what came out was Ankh, the Key of Life. And so I did open the book to see what she had written about this card. And it says, you are reminded not to get stuck in one page or particular period or problem. As with nature, seasons will change. You can let go just as the tree sheds its leaves, but you will always rebirth anew with fresh blossoms and new sap. So this is renewal. This is renewal that even though this transformation has brought you some really, really big endings, some very uncomfortable realizations about yourself and your situation and the people around you, you are now also being brought the keys to what was holding you back, the keys to where um, you needed to transform, you needed to change, you needed to let go. And so now the Ankh also comes to you as a symbol of balance for your masculine and feminine energy in your earthly physical life and your connection to higher realms. To stretch out your arms to life as the Ankh stretches out, embracing all it can taste, see, and touch, and have deep roots that ground an open expansiveness to all that there is. The Ankh also offers protection in keeping you safe, knowing that nothing can damage a divine soul. All parts of you are intact and whole, all held in golden light and always reflecting the best of who and what you are, which is shining, which is a shining light here to brighten this world and beyond. So, yes, what you've gone through is not for naught. It is to bring you into who you are meant to be in this lifetime. And for some of you, there's parts of yourself that you're meeting for the very first time or after a really long hiatus. All right, let's now see what the angels want to come in and add with the Angel Tarot by Jane Wallace. Oh, okay, that one wanted to flip out. Oh, okay. Big messages coming. Okay, I just want to get another card here. One more. Okay. So April is bringing you through, bringing you clarity, bringing you there have been tests in the past 3 months, tests of your character, tests of your spirit, tests of your vibration, tests of your where you're resonating on that emotional chart, right? So for many of us, for many years, we were in this very unconscious egoic state of striving and driving and going to get along. And in the past, 5 to 7 years, you've been on this journey of kind of coming out of that egoic state and getting more into your heart centered love. You can call it spirituality, but it's about faith and connecting with that spark of divinity that is within you, right? Ascension, awakening, however you want to call it. And so I feel like you've passed the test, but there have been many. And this month there's a lot of clarity around what your tests were, that they were tests that you have passed, right? And it is time to celebrate. It is time for you to come into celebration of, I now see people more clearly for who they are. I can now recognize the manipulators, the deceivers. I can now see through the false matrix, right? I can now see through false agendas. I can now see through people and situations that are trying to manipulate me in some way, right? This month is really going to reveal that on personal and collective levels, right? But for this reading, we're gonna stick with the personal. But for those of you who really are awakening, you know exactly where I'm going with that, right? So the tests have been passed, and you now have reasons to celebrate. And it's been a journey. So the past 5 to 7 years, this full moon in Libra we just went through, and now this lunar eclipse coming onto the solar eclipse that is coming on April 8th, right? It's been a journey. It's been a journey. You have been on a journey. And this month, there's just a lot of clarity and truth on micro and macro levels, right? Where you now see and you are clearly seeing what you need to see in your own life, people and situations for who they are. And it can be unpleasant. It can be sad, can be can create grief. Absolutely. Um, but you are seeing through people, and not all of it's bad. Some people you're seeing their heart, you're seeing their own spark of divinity. You are coming into connection with those that are more like-minded. But I feel like that's maybe in the months to come, more of that happening, where I feel like this month it's more about really seeing kind of the people and situations, sorry about that, that you have had that it's unpleasant. It's part of the ego. It's part of the shadow. It's part of the old, right? So the Wheel of Fortune is coming in this month. The Wheel of Fortune is coming in this month. The wheel is turning. The Angel of Destiny, because your destiny is beyond. Your destiny is um, being the light, being part of the shining light. And you are now coming into that. You are now coming into the ability to stay in your truth, dropping down into your heart, speaking from your heart, but your truth. And so this is going to be a month for many of you to step back, to take some time for yourself, to get into connection with your heart, to really get into connection, dropping down into your heart, knowing your own heart, knowing what you want, really seeing yourself, where your own foibles are, where your own transformation is happening, has happened. Um, we're all a work in progress. So, I mean, there's still parts of it that's still happening, right? And that's why you do need to step back. You do need to reflect. Where have you been, right? Because only by self-reflection can you change, make the necessary changes so that you don't repeat a cycle, you don't repeat a pattern, you don't let the shadow have any more hold on your choices and decisions. And that's what I feel like April is gonna be about for many, many of us. That there is going to be this real clarity that's gonna be on some levels sad. On some levels, it's gonna really cause a lot of grief because there are people in situations, that their role in your life is going to be very different moving forward. And these are long-standing relationships, family, friends, coworkers, mentors, very important people in your life. This isn't Joe Schmo down the street that you might meet up for once a month with to have coffee. This is your go-to person. Um, and they're on their own transformation journey, and sometimes we have to separate before we can come back together. So it doesn't mean that these people that maybe you're seeing very clearly and understanding that, right now they're not good for you, or they can't be a part of your story. They're impacting you so negatively that it's not okay. It doesn't mean that you can't at some point revisit each other. It just means in this month, there may need to be a separation. There may need to be a distance so that you can embody your spark of divinity and they can embody theirs. And if you don't feel like they're on that road, you can pray for them, right? Because that's all we can do. We can't change anyone. We can pray for them. We can love them from afar. But I feel like this month it's going to be so important for you to know that things are changing in a good way. But it's through this self-reflection that is going to make such a big difference. Where you have been, and then how do you want to proceed? And that's going to go back to where is your steadfast vision? That's gonna go back to what is your vision? And for some of you who don't know what the vision is, that's why you need to take the time. You need, to take the time to get quiet, to really get in connection with this kinda new version of yourself, this new transformed, um I was gonna say baby, because I do, I feel like there's a rebirthing here, right? A rebirthing of you, and so it's gonna feel, like, very infantile, need to learn how to walk, need to learn how to talk, and, the only way to do that is to take the time to get your new skills, um, setting your boundaries, getting out of codependency, whatever it is, learning to love yourself in a way that you've never loved yourself before, really embodying that and protecting that spark of divinity that is within you this month. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to see where spirit wants to take this. Where do they want to go? Actually, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to pull in the archangels. We're going to pull in the archangels and see what they want to bring to the table. I thought maybe we would do some more anyway, we're going to dig in and see what the angels want to add to this. The archangels. I was clarified. I heard archangels. I was like, oh, yes. Oh, look at that. The magician. Archangel Raziel, you can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. Whew. Yeah. So this is a month of not to worry. This is a month of manifesting, magical manifesting. So there is no such thing as luck. It's all opportunity meeting. Um, divine timing, right? And that's what I feel like this month. I feel like you're coming into this, what feels magical, but just know, again, you're protected. And you're protected in that everything that you need, you will have when you need it. You are manifesting it. That is why it's so important to do the hermiting so that you're not distracted. You're really getting in touch with that spark of divinity. You're really getting in touch with your higher vibrational frequency, your angels, your guides, your ascended masters, because they're bringing you what you need. But if you don't tune in, right? Abraham says, tune in, tap on, tap in, tap on, something like that. But that's what is needed this month, and that's why you need to get quiet. You need to have the time to get away from the distractions, and anybody who's pulling on your energy in a negative way, that's not filling your cup, they're just, draining your cup. Really giving them space this month. Alright, let's see what else, the archangels want to bring to you this month. I feel like oh, no, there was more than one there. Okay. There we go. 8 of Michael. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. Yeah. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. And I feel like that's what this month is all about. Stepping back, setting the boundary, detaching, not being codependent, really stepping into your power, your sovereignty, and knowing that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's going despite the fear. And I feel like Michael's coming in saying, lean on me. I will support you. I will be your strength. Allow me to assist you because it's time for you to move forward in your own direction, for you to start receiving and achieving everything that you deserve because what you're being transformed into is this high vibrational frequency that's allowing you to get into connection that to everything that you want. But if you stay distracted, if you stay in the old story, if you stay in the old paradigm, it's not going to happen. So April is the month to pull yourself out of the old story and lean on Archangel Raziel and Archangel Michael to support you and give you the strength in which to do that. This is your month to change your situation, to step into yourself, love yourself, honor yourself, your vision, stay steadfast in your vision. And again, if you don't know what that is, that's why you've got a hermit. That's why you've got to shut off the phone, walk away from the nonsense, the drama of anybody else around you, and get quiet. Do the things that bring you joy. Be in your own space. This month, the World card, Archangel Michael coming back out. A very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. Yeah, this is the month that you get the insight. This is the month where you get the aha, the illumination, the, oh, that's why that didn't work out. Oh, that's why I had to walk away from that person. Oh, that's why they did me dirty. It was on them, wasn't on me. It takes two to tango. It's true. And we always have a part in every situation. But sometimes your part is much less than somebody else's, especially if you're coming into the situation in compassion, in love, in integrity, wanting what's best for everyone, being as honest and as integral as you can be. Sometimes they really are just doing you dirty because their own stuff. And it isn't about you to figure out. This is the month for you to come full circle and take back your power and say, you know what, whatever their stuff is, I just don't care anymore. I can't care anymore. I can't care more about their situation than they do. You can't, as much as you want to. So for some of you, this very happy ending, it could be a very internal ending where you're just done thinking about the situation. You're just done feeling about the situation. Because if you're thinking it, you're feeling it, right? And if you're done thinking about it, you're done feeling about it. And for some of you, you need that. You need that closure. You need to give that closure to yourself. Just stop thinking about it. You're may never know really why. And at this point, it's not important. It really isn't. What's important is your ability to love yourself enough to protect yourself and to stay steadfast in your vision for your life, for what you want to manifest, what you want your life experience to be about, who you want in your life experience, the person who is going to treat you right, the person who's going to respect you, the person who's going to give you credit, who's going to value you in whatever way that looks for you, in whatever relationship that is. It's time. Yeah, because the Six of Michael is saying, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans. This is the month. This is the month to know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Things are changing in a big, beautiful way. And it's time. It's time to allow yourself to do that. It's a time to allow yourself for things to change. And however that looks for you. And for some of you, it is relocating. You are moving. And for some of you, it is about traveling. But for most of us, it's about just knowing that this is the light at the end of the tunnel and you're giving it to yourself. You're putting down the heavy and you're putting yourself first. You're loving yourself. Because in this eclipse energy, right now you're in the thick of it. And I'll do a whole different video for the solar eclipse on April 8th. But right now we're in that middle energy of between the eclipses, and it is all about getting quiet and really recognizing what spirit is bringing you for you in your personal own transformative experience in this energy of what you need. Because we all need something different, but we're all ascending. We're all moving up the emotional chart. We're all awakening to our divinity, that spiritual divinity within ourselves. The light within. It's shining brighter, showing us the way. If we can get quiet and hear it, trust it, and act on it. And that takes practice, and you need time to do that. And I feel like this is the month for that. And to be honest with you guys, I feel like that message is so complete. I'm going to leave it right there. Have a beautiful, beautiful April. Check out my website, my event page for everything coming up, and stay tuned on this channel. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for being here. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your month.